Hey everyone, welcome to 59 Tops Friday, presented by Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. We built the iconic 1959 Topps baseball set, and in this series we're going through every card to talk about the players, teams, and people who made up Major League Baseball in 1959. Today, we'll cover cards 187 through 193 in the set. Card number 187 belongs to Bubba Phillips of the Chicago White Sox. 1959 was Phillips' fifth MLB season. Phillips missed 2 years in his minor league career after he was drafted into the Army, but made his MLB debut in 1955 with Detroit. The Tigers traded him to the Pale Hose after that season. During his time there, Phillips was more of a backup instead of a regular, playing mostly third base but also helping in the outfield for Al Lopez's team. In the 1959 World Series, Phillips went 3 for 10 with a double. Following the season, Phillips was traded along with Norm Cash to the Indians in a deal that sent Hall of Famer Minnie Minoso to Chicago. Phillips had one of his best seasons in Cleveland in 1961, hitting 18 homers and garnering some MVP votes. He finished his 10-year career back with Detroit in 1963 and 1964. Phillips was inducted into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame in 1972. Card number 188 belongs to Juan Pizarro of the Milwaukee Braves. 1959 was the third MLB season for Pizarro. In America, Pizarro enjoyed an 18-year career that started with a World Series championship for the Braves in 1957 and included stints elsewhere with the White Sox, Pirates, Red Sox, Indians, A's, Cubs, and Astros. In his native Puerto Rico, Pizarro remains a legend of baseball and was one of the most prolific pitchers in the history of the Puerto Rican Winter League. He pitched 22 seasons in that league, and he was one of the first 10 members inducted into the Puerto Rican Baseball Hall of Fame when it was formed in 1991. After signing with much promise with the Braves as a teenager, Pizarro never broke through as a mainstay in the Braves rotation and was moved to the White Sox as part of a 3-team deal after 1960. His best MLB seasons were with the Pale Hose, when he made back-to-back AL All-Star teams in 1963 and 1964. Arm injuries started to take their toll in 1965, and he mostly worked out of the bullpen in MLB thereafter. Pizarro's final MLB appearance was in a blowout loss with the Pirates to close out the 1974 NLCS against the Dodgers. Card number 189 belongs to Neil Chrisley of the Detroit Tigers. This was Chrisley's third season in MLB. Chrisley was a part-time outfielder and pinch hitter for most of his 5 seasons in the big leagues, where he appeared for the Senators and Braves in addition to the Tigers. He was originally signed by the Red Sox, but was traded to Washington before he ever played in Boston. He was also part of the trade that sent Eddie Yost to Detroit from Washington. While with the Tigers, Chrisley was selected by the Angels in the 1960 expansion draft, but was immediately returned to the Tigers and never played for the Angels. He played a few years in the minors before finishing his playing career in the mid-1960s. Card number 190 belongs to Bill Virdon of the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1959 was Virdon's 5th MLB season. Virdon signed with the Yankees as an amateur and had difficulty breaking through to the majors on a team that was in the midst of a dynastic run. In early 1954, he was part of a trade with the Cardinals that brought Hall of Famer Eno Slaughter to the Bronx. The following year, Virdon was installed as the Redbirds' regular center fielder, hit .281 with 17 homers and superlative center field defense, and earned the National League Rookie of the Year award. In the midst of a slump in 1956, the Cardinals dealt Virdon to the Pirates. In Pittsburgh, Virdon was never a superstar, but was part of an incredible defensive outfield that also included Roberto Clemente. In 1960, Virdon had 7 hits and 5 RBI in the Bucs' thrilling 7-game World Series victory over the Yankees. Through the 1960s, Virdon was a dependable presence for the Pirates in center field and won the Gold Glove in 1962. Clemente once said of Virdon, "He doesn't get the headlines because he makes everything look easy." A natural teacher of the game, Virdon went into coaching and minor league managing after his playing career. After he was passed over a couple times, Virdon finally became the Pirates manager in 1972. He nearly took the team to the World Series that year, but was then fired shortly into the 1973 season. He managed the Yankees for 1974 and part of 1975, and was hired by the Astros to be their skipper late in that season. Virdon would remain in that role through 1982, bringing Houston to the brink of the NL pennant in 1980. He spent 2 years managing the Expos in 1983 and 1984, and he was on the Pirates coaching staff for 16 years and stayed involved in baseball through the remaining years of his life. Card number 191 belongs to Russ Kemmerer of the Washington Senators. This was the 5th MLB season for Kemmerer. A native of Pittsburgh, the Red Sox signed Kemmerer in 1951, and he made his debut at Fenway Park in July 1954. In that game, Kemmerer threw a one-hit shutout, which earned him congratulations from his teammate and boyhood idol, Ted Williams. Thereafter, Kemmerer didn't get much of a chance in Boston and was traded to the Washington Senators early in 1957. Kemmerer was a mainstay in the rotation there until a trade to the White Sox in 1961, where he would mostly pitch out of the bullpen for the rest of his career, there and in Houston. In total, Kemmerer threw just over 1,000 innings in parts of 9 MLB seasons. Following his playing career, Kemmerer was a youth educator and sports coach. Card number 192 belongs to Charley Beamon of the Baltimore Orioles. Beamon did not appear in Major League Baseball in 1959, and his MLB career spanned 3 seasons from 1956 through 1958. He attended McClymonds High School in Oakland, California, where 2 of his classmates were Baseball Hall of Famer Frank Robinson and basketball icon Bill Russell. In total, he pitched 27 MLB games, made 5 starts, and had a 3.91 ERA. Beamon also pitched in the Reds minor league system in 1960. His son, also named Charlie, played parts of 3 MLB seasons for the Mariners and Blue Jays. Card number 193 belongs to Sammy Taylor of the Chicago Cubs. 1959 was Taylor's 2nd MLB season. The Braves originally signed Taylor out of South Carolina and then traded him to the Cubs ahead of the 1958 season. 1959 was the year he got his most playing time as the Cubs catcher, appearing in 110 games and hitting 13 home runs. Taylor was later a member of the inaugural Mets team in 1962, batting .222 in 68 games. He later appeared for the Reds and Indians. Taylor served in the Navy during the Korean War. That's going to do it for this edition of 59 Tops Friday on Wax Pack Wisdom. Do you have a story about one of the people, players, or teams we discussed today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you will find our source material for this episode, links to where you can follow us on all social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. Please consider a donation to one of them if you enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.